Gentlemen, I want to pose a question. What if the single most ignored factor for enhanced energy, improved circulation, and more reliable performance over 50 wasn't a medication, a supplement, or even a fitness regimen, but rather a simple glass of water? For a long time, the advice has been to drink more water because it's good for you. However, there's a crucial detail that often goes unmentioned. Most men past the age of 50 are hydrating incorrectly. They get the timing wrong, the volume wrong, and frequently even the type of water wrong. Engaging in these habits subtly undermines your circulation, depletes your energy reserves, and can even erode your confidence without you ever knowing it. My name is Dr. William Lee, and as a urologist with over 2.5 decades of experience, I've dedicated my career to helping men naturally boost their vitality, prostate health, and circulation. Throughout my practice, I have encountered numerous men who attributed their diminishing strength and less dependable performance to the natural process of aging. Yet what I often discovered was that the root cause wasn't age itself, but rather chronic dehydration and detrimental hydration patterns silently working against them. Consider this. An erection is fundamentally a hydraulic function, in the same way that a garden hose requires consistent water pressure to become turgid and remain so. Your body depends on a steady volume of blood to flow into and be held within the erectile tissue. Given that blood is composed primarily of water, even a slight degree of dehydration can decrease your blood volume, impede circulation, and diminish the very pressure needed for a firm erection. What the majority of men fail to grasp is that thirst is a delayed indicator. By the time you actually feel thirsty, your body is already operating with a fluid deficit. At that point, your circulation has already slowed, your energy levels have dropped, and your system has entered a state of self-preservation where the brain and heart are prioritized. Regrettably, your sexual performance is the last to receive what it needs. The positive news is that this is one of the simplest issues to resolve, and the benefits can manifest quite rapidly. I have witnessed men in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s achieve more vigorous morning energy, sharper mental focus, and more consistent intimacy simply by altering their hydration habits. This change costs nothing, comes with no adverse effects, and enhances every aspect of your overall health. In this video, I will detail precisely how dehydration compromises vitality, outline the frequent water-related mistakes men make daily, and provide the step-by-step hydration strategy I share with my own patients to help them rebuild their energy, circulation, and performance. So allow me to ask, do you think it's possible that water could be the missing piece for your health and performance after 50? Please type yes in the comments if you believe it might be, or no if you remain skeptical. Stay with me because in the following section, I'll uncover the first significant error most men make before they've even had breakfast. A mistake that predisposes them to a full day of diminished energy and sluggish circulation. The initial error frequently occurs before breakfast. A great number of men begin their day with coffee, tea, or with no fluids whatsoever, overlooking the very thing their bodies desperately need after 7 to 8 hours of being without any liquid intake. By the time that first cup of coffee is finished, you're already in a state of mild dehydration. While coffee provides a sense of alertness, it also acts as a mild diuretic, prompting your body to expel more fluid rather than replenishing what was lost during the night. The consequence is that your circulatory system starts the day at a distinct disadvantage. Another common misstep is delaying the bulk of your water consumption until the late afternoon or evening. Many go through the entire day with minimal fluid intake, only to attempt to compensate by drinking 2 or 3 glasses in a short period at night. The human body does not respond well to this cycle of drought and deluge. This pattern causes blood to remain thicker throughout the day, leading to a dip in energy in the afternoon. When you finally inundate your system at night, your bladder quickly fills, resulting in sleep disruptions due to trips to the bathroom. Instead of enhancing performance, this routine actively undermines it. Then there's the issue of the last-minute hydration rush. I frequently consult with men who try to consume large quantities of water right before being intimate or exercising under the impression that it will boost their circulation. In reality, drinking too much too quickly can dilute your electrolytes, make you feel bloated, and create a distracting full bladder. I recall a patient named Robert who consistently drank 2 large glasses before intimacy, believing it would improve his blood flow. What it actually gave him was more interruptions than connection. As soon as he transitioned to drinking water consistently earlier in the day, his focus and self-assurance returned almost instantly. Furthermore, there is the habit of depending solely on thirst as a guide. Many men operate under the belief that if they don't feel thirsty, they must be adequately hydrated. However, thirst is a lagging signal. By the time you register the sensation, your circulation has already slowed, your energy has started to WN, and your tissues are less hydrated than they should be. This becomes even more critical after the age of 50 because the kidneys become less efficient at conserving water, and blood vessels lose some of their flexibility. A younger man might tolerate mild dehydration with fewer noticeable effects, but in an older body, it rapidly manifests as fatigue, slower recovery times, and weaker performance. If you've observed that your energy tends to fade in the afternoon, that it takes you longer to recover, or that your erections are less reliable, the culprit may not be your hormones or your age. It could very well be your hydration habits. The encouraging aspect is that these mistakes are straightforward to correct, and the positive effects are often noticeable within just a few days. So, permit me to ask, do you typically consume most of your water in the evening, or do you distribute it evenly throughout the day? Share your response in the comments. Your routine might resonate with many other men watching. Stay tuned, because in the next segment, I will reveal the short-term strategies my patients use to enhance their energy and circulation almost immediately. Beginning with a simple morning routine you can implement tomorrow. Now that we've identified the common mistakes, let's shift our focus to the straightforward adjustments you can implement immediately. These are minor changes from which my patients often report feeling benefits within the first week. The first and most critical step is to begin your morning with a full glass of water. Within 20 minutes of waking, consume 300 to 400 ml ice, which is approximately 1.5 cups. Consider this: you've spent the entire night without any fluid intake while breathing, sweating lightly, and filtering waste through your kidneys. By the time you awaken, your body is already operating at a deficit. That initial glass of water in the morning functions as a reset button. It replenishes your blood volume, stimulates your circulation, and prepares your system for the day's energy demands. Some of my patients enhance this by adding a pinch of mineral-rich salt and a squeeze of lemon. The minerals aid in muscle and nerve function, while the vitamin C in the lemon helps protect nitric oxide, the molecule your body utilizes to relax blood vessels and enhance blood flow. It's a simple method for giving your circulation an additional boost. The subsequent step is a practice I refer to as steady sipping. Instead of waiting until you feel thirsty or consuming large amounts of water in the evening, your goal should be to drink small quantities regularly throughout the day. For most men, half a glass every 45 to 60 minutes is sufficient. Think of it as maintaining consistent pressure in a hose rather than turning it off for extended periods and then suddenly blasting it at full force. This habit ensures your blood volume remains stable, your energy levels stay even, and your circulation is prepared whenever you need it. If you have plans for activity in the evening, whether it's exercise or intimacy, steady sipping during the day is crucial. Avoid drinking large volumes right before the activity. Allow your body at least 45 minutes to process the last glass of water. This way, your circulation is well supported without the distraction of a full bladder. Here's a quick tip for winning your day. If you experience that mid-afternoon energy slump, try having a glass of water before you reach for coffee or sugary snack. Often fatigue isn't a true lack of energy, but rather a sign that your blood volume has decreased. Rehydrating naturally enhances alertness and helps you navigate the rest of your day without the subsequent crash. These are small actions, but they create powerful momentum. My patient David, aged 58, was contending with afternoon fatigue and diminished evening performance. When he started his day with water and adopted the practice of steady sipping, he reported consistent energy, improved focus, and stronger morning erections within just 2 weeks. So let me ask you, do you typically drink water first thing in the morning? Or is this a new habit you might consider starting tomorrow? Type yes if you already do this, or no if you'll be trying it for the first time. I'd like to hear from you in the comments. Stay with me, because in the next part I will discuss the long-term strategies that integrate hydration with nutrition, exercise, and sleep. This is where men begin to see not just rapid improvements, but enduring vitality. While short-term solutions can create a noticeable difference quickly, building enduring vitality requires you to merge proper hydration with other synergistic habits. When hydration is integrated into a larger wellness system, its benefits are amplified. Nutrition serves as the primary partner. Specific foods can support circulation by helping to maintain the flexibility of your arteries and by increasing nitric oxide levels. Beets, spinach, berries, and salmon are all superb options. These foods provide nutrients that enhance blood flow and decrease inflammation. When your body is properly hydrated, these nutrients are transported more effectively through your bloodstream, reaching the tissues that need them the most, including those essential for performance. Exercise is the second key partner. Even a brisk 20-minute walk can boost blood flow to the lower body, fortify your cardiovascular system, and support the health of erectile tissue. However, if you are dehydrated, exercise becomes more strenuous, your blood becomes thicker, your heart must work harder, and your muscles fatigue more quickly. Maintaining adequate hydration ensures that you receive the full benefits of physical activity and aids in the recovery of your pelvic muscles, which are critical for stamina and firmness. Sleep constitutes the third pillar of this system. Your body generates most of its testosterone during the deepest phases of rest. Inadequate hydration can disrupt this crucial process by causing you to awaken more frequently, either due to thirst or nighttime urination. A consistent hydration schedule during the day, balanced with a cutoff time in the evening, promotes deeper rest, more stable hormone production, and more dependable morning energy. The role of stress is also significant. When your body is dehydrated, it produces higher levels of cortisol, the primary stress hormone. Elevated cortisol directly counteracts testosterone, leading to a reduction in your drive and energy over time. Staying well hydrated helps to regulate this balance, thereby protecting your hormones as well as your circulation.